What happens when humanity tries to rise above its limits? You're going to want to hear the lesson from the Tower of Babel, and trust me, it's a warning we all need. In this chapter, we focus on people of Babel, a united community driven by a single goal: to build a tower that reaches the heavens. Their leader, well, it's not a single person this time, but rather a collective ambition to make a name for themselves. The incident that changes everything. God intervenes, scattering them and confusing their language. Now, before we dive in, I encourage you to grab your Bible or pull up Genesis chapter 11 on your device so you can follow along with me as we unlock the deeper meaning of this story. Imagine a world where everyone speaks the same language, where every person works toward the same goal. It sounds perfect, right? But here is the twist. Sometimes unity can lead to pride. The people of Babel wanted to build a tower that reaches the heavens, not to honor God, but to glorify themselves. Here's where the lesson hits home for us. How often do we, in our daily lives, chase things for our own pride, for our own recognition? We build our own towers, whether it's in our careers, relationships, or achievements, thinking we don't need God's guidance to get to the top. But just like the people of Babel, when we pursue success for the wrong reason, our plans can crumble. Now think about it. Have you ever been in a situation where everything seemed to fall apart when you were just about to succeed? It's like you're almost there, but something comes along and scatters your efforts. That's exactly what happened to the people of Babel. They were so close, yet so far. You didn't hear that. They were so close, yet so far. They learned the hard way that without God's direction, even the best laid plans can fall apart. You didn't hear it too. They learned the hard way that without God, even the best laid plans can fall apart. But here's the kicker. Sometimes our failure to reach our goals isn't a punishment, it's a blessing. God confused their language not to harm them, but to save them from their own pride. And the truth is, we often don't realize it, but setbacks in our lives could be God's way of realigning us with His plan, protecting us from our own misguided ambition. So, what if the failure you are facing right now is actually a redirection? What if it's not the end, but the start of something new, something better, aligned with God's purpose for you? Stick with me because there is more to this story. The Tower of Babel wasn't just about the scattering, it was also about the formation of nations and languages. And the way God orchestrated these events, even the confusion, is something we can learn from in our lives today. I'll break that down in just a moment. A key verse from this chapter is verse 4. Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower whose top is in the heavens. Let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered abroad over the face of the whole earth. This verse reveals their heart, self-glorification, and not God's glorification. It's a reminder that when we strive to make a name for ourselves rather than living for God's glory, we are building on a shaky ground. One of the most profound insights I've gained from this chapter is how much our intention matters to God. I used to think success was all about hard work and effort. But through studying this chapter, I have come to realize that the why we were building matters, and just as much as what we are building also matters. Why we are building matters, and just as much as what we are building also matters. And something I hadn't noticed before, God's act of scattering wasn't just a a consequence. It was an opportunity for humanity to spread, to fill the earth as he originally intended. So what are we learning from the book of Genesis chapter 11? The story of the Tower of Babel is one of our pride versus humility, of misguided ambitions versus divine purpose. When we build our lives on the wrong foundation, they are bound to collapse. But if you align ourselves with God's will, even the scattered pieces can be put together in a way that glorifies Him. If you ever felt like your plans have been scattered, maybe it's time to reconsider your foundation. Maybe God is preparing something greater for you. If this chapter spoke to you, don't forget to subscribe to The Word Unlocked, like this video, and comment humble beginnings below the comment section. Let's continue unlocking the mystery of the Bible together, and don't forget to follow us on our social platforms, Facebook page and TikTok, for daily updates and inspirations. We are building something here, and this time it's on solid ground.